Angel mom Patty Morin delivers a powerful message from the White House today. Gavin Newsom is suing the Trump administration, and Harvard is at the finding out stage as they are about to lose their tax exemption status. Here's the top 5 reasons Trump is trending today. Number 1 reason Trump is trending today, Angel mom Patty Morin visits with President Donald Trump in the White House today in the Oval Office, and she spoke powerfully from the briefing room, going into great detail about just how vicious the killing was of her daughter, Rachel Morin, and the illegal that did it, who was just convicted the other day. She does this to bring awareness to these gang members that the Democrats are now just falling in love with. As Democrat Senator Patty Morin's senator from Maryland went down today to El Salvador to beg President Bukele to release an MS-13 gang member back into the United States. Now, this guy, Kilmar Garcia, has become the poster child for the Democrats. They absolutely love this guy. Now, what we find out today is that even this guy's wife was afraid of this gang member, who we now know was a member of MS-13. It's without a shadow of a doubt. Now, this guy also, his wife filed a restraining order against this guy back in 2021. And what she said about her husband was that he violently beat her multiple times, hit her with his boots, hit her in the eye, causing her eye to get a black eye, punched her, scratched her, leaving her bleeding. She said she has multiple photos and videos of how violent he can be and all the bruises that he left me. Now she's out here advocating for him. Why do you think she's doing that? She knows beyond the shadow of a doubt that this guy will never be in the United States ever again. She knows this. So what is she doing? She is raising money to set herself up for the future on the back of this guy. Now, maybe this is her getting payback at this guy for beating the hell out of her, and she's saying, you know what, I might as well make some money out of this, but this is a definite grift that she is doing, and she has the full backing of the Democrat Party behind her. Imagine how far. You have Bernie Sanders today calls this guy a gentleman. Oh, the gentleman from Maryland. He's not a gentleman from Maryland. He's an animal from El Salvador. That's an MS-13 gangbanger. And this is who the Democrat Party wants you guys to feel sorry for. Not for Patty Morin, who spoke today from the White House. They're right away, oh, they're using her as a prop to talk about this. And let me tell you this right now. If you are upset about what's happening with people getting ripped out of their cars and deported out of this country and going to an El Salvador prison, if you're upset about that, but you were quiet when this country was being invaded intentionally, I don't want to hear a peep out of you. You can run your mouth all you want, but where were you when this country was being invaded and it was being allowed to happen by the previous administration? You don't get to now say, oh, look what they're doing. They're taking these illegals and getting them out of the country. Sit down and shut up as we clean up the mess that was left behind by this previous administration. God bless Patty Morin and every other angel mom in this country that had to bury a loved one because of Democrat policies. Number 2 reason Trump is trending today, Harvard is in the finding out stage. They are now about to lose their tax exemption status. Harvard University is facing a potential loss of its tax exemption status as the IRS is reportedly making plans to rescind this privilege, according to multiple sources. This decision follows Harvard's public stand against the government interference in its academic and administrative autonomy. Here's what everybody wants to know. Why in the world do these Ivy Leagues have a tax exemption status? Why in the world are these Ivy League schools getting funding from the taxpayers? This makes zero sense. Why are my tax dollars going towards Ivy League schools that have $40 billion in endowments or more, $60 billion. Who knows what they got in their endowments? Why in the world are the taxpayers having to pay? The most shocking thing about all of this stuff that's happened with Harvard is that revelation, the fact that we, the taxpayers, are giving money to Harvard, that they have a tax exemption status. That needs to be revoked for every one of these Ivy League schools. This is absolutely ridiculous, and Harvard wanted to play ball here. If they would have just kept their mouths shut and just did the right thing, they wouldn't have to worry about any of this. But now I hope they have to pay through the nose. Number 3 reason Trump is trending today, disgraced California Governor Gavin Newsom is suing the Trump administration over the tariffs, which it calls unlawful. Now, this also comes as Governor Newsom is begging for a $2.8 billion loan to cover the deficit because his Medicare program in California is down so much money because he opened it up to illegal immigrants. Now he's looking for a bailout package. This guy is a complete fraud. California has been ruined, and it's been ruined by Gavin Newsom's policies. Oh, and by the the way, the tariffs that he is talking about with Donald Trump has already brought in $21 billion to the country. Number 4 reason Trump is trending today, a third Pentagon official is out. This is all about involving leaks that they're trying to get to the bottom of. A third top Pentagon aide, Colin Carroll, is on administration leave over this leaks probe. Colin Carroll, the chief of staff to Deputy Secretary of Defense Stephen Feinberg, was escorted out of the building today following Dan Caldwell, senior advisor to Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, and Darren Selnick, Deputy Chief of Staff to Pete Hegseth. We can confirm that Mr. Carroll has been placed on administrative leave pending investigation. We have nothing additional to provide at this time. Carroll did not respond for a comment. This was from Fox News. This is the third guy. They are definitely trying to clamp down on the leaks coming out of this White House, coming out of this administration. President Donald Trump was a victim to this his first time around, now trying to tighten it. Now we know what happened with the Signal Gate, which was the really the only, and it has died down in the news. We don't hear about that anymore, but that was a pretty eye-opening thing for the Trump administration. And I know that there is definitely some vetting issues going on in the administration, trying to eke them all out, close the leaks. This is part of that. So we hope that they continue to find the moles inside the administration so we can keep running like the smooth engine it is. Number 5 reason Trump is trending today, another day. Another activist judge. This time it's a judge who blocked Trump from freezing EPA energy funds. Another former Democrat activist. This time it is Judge Mary McElroy, who twice blocked President Donald Trump's efforts to freeze EPA, Energy Department, and other grants. She has a long history of Democrat activism. No surprise there. Yesterday, this judge issued an injunction against President Donald Trump's administration, ruling in favor of environmental groups who claim the president unlawfully froze grants for projects to combat alleged climate change, reduce population, and modernize American infrastructure. This is another big part of the wasteful spending that President Donald Trump is trying to cut out. All this, all the climate change nonsense that we've seen from the previous administration. Here's another activist judge getting in the way. We just had yesterday President Donald Trump getting hit with another activist judge. That was an Obama-appointed judge. He blasted that one today on Truth Social, saying, can you believe it? A judge ruled against us on 530,000 illegal immigrants that Joe Biden flew over the border in his program to transport illegals into the country by airplane, saying that they can't be looked at as a group, but that each has to be tried individually based on the court system that would take approximately 100 years. What is going on with the courts? He goes on to say at the bottom, where is the justice here? These are these activist judges that are going to do everything they can. We've been over this a million times. They've got to be clamped down by the Supreme Court. Has to come out and stop this in a blanket way that these lower court judges have no bearing on what the president is going to do. The president of the United States is the one that was elected overwhelmingly by the American people, not these individual activist judges. You don't have to get their approval every time you want to make a decision from the White House. And again, those activist judges awfully quiet while our country was being invaded and destroyed. But they are only a minor disturbance in what President Donald Trump is doing, and that is making America great again. That's what I got for you guys. If you enjoyed these breakdowns, make sure you follow the podcast. You can hear the top 5 reasons why Trump is trending each and every day.
Trump is trending, he's everywhere. From the news to the cat babies in our air.